into PA territory. Antoine Corbin wins the battle for the puck, but can't clear the zone. Royals now work it into the slot. Great save, Holowenko, the second shot, they score. Stephen Hodges followed up on his own rebound, and the Royals jump into a 1-0 lead.
Well, a tough break there for the Prince Albert Raiders, and how often do you see that happen? The Raiders go down the ice. Knutson misses on his opportunity after the setup by Daniluk, and then it is Stephen Hodges gets the first shot away on Cole Holowenko. Holowenko makes a great save here. This one was going down low. Holowenko was able to kick that leg pad out, but that's a hard shot to get control of that rebound, and Hodges gets the second crack at it and able to bury it.
So Stephen Hodges does come loose to Conroy, who drops it off. Mike Forsythe has his pass deflected. We now have a fight. Francouz and Hart. Hart just off an injury. Francouz, the former Brandon Wheat King, trying to score over the top. Neither one really did any significant damage before hitting the ice.
Well, this one comes after a good battle right between the two benches, and Francouz ends up tangling with Tyler Hart here. Francouz is definitely the instigator on this one. We'll see if they do make that call on this particular scrum, but Tyler Hart getting himself right back into the action after that injury.
11:44 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Royals on the Stephen Hodges goal, his 14th of the year from Zach Jones, and Brett Cole at 5:14.
So it is just going to be 5 players aside here, with just the 5-minute majors being assessed to both Hart and Francouz. And once again, it's been a spirited
shot over top of the net. Logan McVeigh drops it off in the corner. Malin centers for Winter, taps it up. They score! Tic-tac-toe! Logan McVeigh buries it. It's a 1-1 tie.
Great puck movement by the Prince Albert Raiders down low. And this comes all the way back to the other side when Winter gets 3 cracks at his puck to finally break it free. But it was Justin Malin to Mike Winter. Winter back into the middle of the slot, able to get this stick right onto the stick of Logan McVeigh, and then the quick release by McVeigh. Great job there by the Raider forwards down low.
A nice cycle and a nice finish. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Logan McVeigh scores his 8th. Puck ends up in the corner. McGee swings it in front, shot off the post, and they score on the rebound.
Well, the quick shot, but they're coming in getting in behind Cole Holowenko, and you can hear it ring off the post. And unfortunately for Holowenko, he just wasn't able to find out where the puck was laying, and Victoria Cougars just pounded away a little bit, just an extra little poke from the side of the goal there by the Victoria Royals, and put them out in front by 1. So a quick start here by the Victoria Royals to start of this second period.
Albert net to the far side. Studek stops it there, but he's knocked down by Antoine Corbin. Swooping in for the puck, however, is Stephen Hodges. He'll play some catch with Crooks. Send a pass across the seam to McGee. Wrist shot blocked out in front by Jaworski. Rintoul steps around Winter. He lets the shot go. That's blocked by Jaworski. Hodges with a shot. A third shot blocked by Tyler Jaworski. And back come the Raiders. McGee loses Malin, who's in on goal. Centering pass, and they score! Mike Winter short-handed, and we're tied at 2.
What a great job here by the Raider defense, and you have to go back and think of the block shots by Tyler Jaworski. 3 of them down right in the middle of the ice by Jaworski, and that gives the Raiders the opportunity on this breakout. And finally, it's Justin Malin, great speed going up the left side, and he knows he's got the speedster right now with Mike Winter and the hot hand coming right up the middle, and a great feed by Malin to Winter. Good finish on
this, and it's a good one for Zane Jones. He'll take it to the left wing half wall as the Royals set up their power play. It's back to Pilton, who fakes at the point. Now plays some catch. Pilton now lets it go. They score! That might have been tipped as Logan McVeigh tried to fall in front of it at the point. There was a massive traffic jam in front of the Prince Albert net, but the Royals retake the lead on the same power play in which they relinquished the lead.
Well, how often do we say it? You got to get shots in on goal, and this is one of those shots. It's kind of a seeing eye one. It goes through 5 players, if you count Logan McVeigh trying to get down for the sliding block, and unfortunately this one ends up behind Cole Holowenko. Good hard shot coming in from the point.
Carroll. Now back comes Cade Pilton. An outlet pass to Harrison. He's hammered by Ruoff at center ice. A candidate for the Anderson Chrysler collision of the night. Now Gunther Tips it into the Victoria zone, but back for it quickly is Cade Pilton. His pass gets through another hit by Boris. But he's going to head to the penalty box, and he's double-teamed by a couple of Royals who are throwing punches. Jesse Noller jumps in. Tyler Jaworski jumps in for the Raiders. Dakota Conroy is throwing punches at the much smaller Jesse Noller, has him pinned to the ice. Now Boris is going to get the original penalty on that huge hit along the wall. And he's having a conversation with Cade Pilton.
Well, at one point, Austin Burris had two Victoria Royals taking punches at him, and it's going to be interesting to see how the referee straightens this one all out.
So Adam Biblow has his work cut out for him on this one. Heading to the penalty box is Austin Carroll, who, by the way, was wrapped up with Jesse Noller. I may have incorrectly identified the player on that one. Noller's headed to the box for the Raiders. All this coming exactly at the 9-minute mark. Two huge hits by Austin Boris. The second one probably a little bit early. He was picking up, I'm thinking, an interference call before a couple of Victoria Royals took matters into their own hands.
Well, Austin Burris was definitely laying down the hammer on that shift and kind of setting the tone, I would have to say, for the rest of the period here. Jesse Noller, good on him. The rookie was the first Raider in there to grab hold of one of the Victoria Royals, and there were still two players that were with Austin Burris at one time there.
Austin Boris gets a 5-minute major, I'm presuming, on the body check. I'm not sure about that. It might have been interference, but one-timer misses high. As back to Rintoul again at the line, across to Crooks. Shot from the right wing circle, and he scores.
Well, good screen here by the Victoria Royals as Robin Sudik puts himself into a really awkward spot for Cole Holowenko, and this shot almost looks like it goes right through Sudik and up and over the glove of Cole Holowenko, but good hard shot coming in from the Victoria Royals defenseman, and Sudik again, as I said, good positioning, able to get that screen in there, and Victoria Royals are taking full advantage of their man advantage now.
Can't clear it out. Just a one-man advantage now for the Royals, and the Raiders do get it out. Crooks, pursued by McNeil, all the way back to center ice, and he's knocked off the puck. Ruoff will clear it back into Victoria territory with 1:48 left in a rather extended Royals power play situation. Now McNeil runs over Rintoul, but here comes Ben Walker across the Prince Albert line. Walker hands it off, chance for McGee, glove save, Holowenko who holds it for a face-off as Corbin gets in. Crooks takes the drop pass, glides into PA territory, and hands off to Sudak. Rintoul takes his pass at the midpoint, gives it back to Sudak. His wrist shot is blocked by Tyler Jaworski. Sudak from the right wing half wall, drops it off to Crooks. Crooks to the top of the circle. To Rintoul at the midpoint. Back to Crooks, who's working that circle. The Rintoul shot from the midpoint through a screen. Stopped by Holowenko. Loose puck in front center. Holowenko is laying on his back without his mask, and I believe they're going to whistle it down on incidental contact against the Raider goaltender.
Incidental contact, and Holowenko gets some mask knocked off of his head, so immediately it's going to be a call in the play here as the Raiders were trying real hard to get Victoria Royals from out in front of Cole Holowenko, and you see Holowenko get knocked down on this play, and no penalties at all called there. But
Holowenko to center with a saucer pass that jumps over the stick of Bardero, so he'll track the puck down, send it to the goal mouth, and they score! Mark McNeil on the far post! And the Raiders, just 40 seconds into the third, are back to within one.
Well, this is a heads-up play by Michael Hlinka, breaking out of the Raider zone. He tries a saucer pass across the Barderos and just gets out of the reach of him, but he stays with it and eventually just throw it back out in front of the goal, and Mark McNeil is just kind of cruising through. And I'm not even sure if Mark McNeil's going to get credit for this one. This one may have gone off the skate of Jordan Francouz, who was in between McNeil and Barderos on this play, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is on the
pass through it, jumps back onto his stick. Almela deals to the line for Jaworski. Wrist shot, scores! Jaworski bends the twine top corner, and we're tied at 4.
Well, we talked about the Raiders needing a quick start, and this is exactly what they wanted. And after the third goal by the Prince Albert Raiders, for the Raiders to continue to apply pressure down in the Victoria Royals zone, and a big wrist shot there by Tyler Yaworski, able to knock this one up. So huge start for the Raiders in this third period. You can just kind of sense the Mark Habshai and the Victoria Royals are really trying to regroup. Mark Habshai is very animated behind that bench right now, talking to his players.
And he's called a timeout. He's giving it to them, as the Raiders have jumped out with 2 quick goals and have tied this hockey game.
Well, and as I alluded to, Barderos does pick up, gets credit for that goal. So it was off the skate of Jordan Francouz, who got himself between Mark McNeil and Barderos. So Barderos gets credit for the goal. And of course, Michael Halinka picking up that assist as well with that saucer pass across. And then the Yaworski goal, still trying to pick up the assist on that one. But Tyler
on the left side, he's rubbed out along the boards by Riley Genther, who's clearing a attempt to flex right off a stanchion to Krunk. Now it's centered. They score. Carroll on a fortunate bounce for the Victoria Royals, and they're back in the lead.
Well, that was a very fortunate bounce for the Victoria Royals and an unfortunate bounce for the Prince Albert Raiders after Gunther does a good job out-muscling Crooks right along the wall, wins the battle there, and as he's trying to clear the puck, he gets it up a little high. It goes right off a stanchion, right out in front, right to the middle of the ice, and Crooks was still trying to regain himself, but Carroll jumps on that loose puck down in the Raiders zone. Quick little shot down low, right off the inside of the
puck. Pinballs around, and here come the Royals. Breakaway pass. Logan Nelson in all alone, scores. Logan Nelson goes top shelf as the Raiders turned it over at center ice, and Victoria has regained its 2-goal lead.
Well, back to a 2-goal lead for the Victoria Royals, and a great lead pass here. Fed right up the middle. Logan Nelson gets himself in behind the Raider defense, and he's all by himself. And he tries, it looks like he was going to go down to the left side, and then eventually just snaps that wrist shot right over the glove of Cole Holowenko. Good shot there by Logan Nelson.